To some families who were on their way to go get their father, and they said, he walked out with no shoes on, didn't have his hearing aids, anything like that. And I think a lot of other residents are in that same state. I mean, they walked out with nothing. Burke County investigators say they found 10 dogs on his property, 6 of them dead and 4 in serious condition. This flag that's been flying here for 15 years, that's at the center of this controversy. It comes to kids walking to school. A lot of you posted on our Facebook page, and some said that especially elementary school students should not be walking out here on Washington Road. Some cars are already starting to go by early this morning. Now, Washington Road is known for having a tremendous amount of traffic, especially during those morning commute times. I speak to the man who does work inside of this gas station. Now, he said he didn't see anything, but he did say that the robbery happened out here and not actually inside of the store. A man was able to break into this home by stepping onto these cinder blocks, taking this entire window out, and then climbing inside. It's a taste of Hollywood out here with these lights and this movie set, but right here inside this church, they're filming some pivotal scenes. Officers turn on their body camera before they get out of the car. And once they get to you, it's still rolling, and they don't turn it off until the call is completed. Still don't know who those other 8 victims are, but that shooting happened right at this church, a little bit ways behind me, a few blocks down this road. Now, police are still searching for that shooter. $2.15 a gallon to fill up your tank. Now, it's going to cost you about $26 to fill it up this morning, which is just really only 20 cents more than it cost you last week when it was $2.13 a gallon. Now, that number is still lower than it was a month ago when it cost you $2.34 a gallon. No matter what side of the fence you're on, after more than 50 years, the Confederate flag will be coming down from the South Carolina State House. I spoke with Reverend Jesse Jackson, who's been fighting for civil rights and has been waiting for this day in his home state. A flag that once flew on a battlefield represents heritage for some, and others it's a symbol of hate. And now it's the center of a different battleground.
Our future of growth is locked into making the decision to move from racial battleground to economic common ground to moral higher ground.
In high school, Reverend Jesse Jackson says he wasn't allowed to take a picture in front of the South Carolina State Capitol. But today, while he's there waiting to watch the flag come down, it's a different story.
We're learning to live together. That's our future.
Reverend Jackson still trying to heal after the 9 people killed in the Charleston shooting. One of them, his close friend, Senator Pinckney. He says he's thankful for how the governor responded, and now they're moving in the direction to be united not as one state, but as one country.
And now to see us making some decisive moves toward coexistence as opposed to co-annihilation is just a good deal. I'm excited. I want to see that flag come out. One America, one flag, one nation, liberty and justice indivisible for all.
Lawmakers will be voting tomorrow morning on whether to put the flag in the relic room. And if they decide to do that, that has to be installed by January. But either way, the Confederate flag's days out here on the State House are numbered, and big changes coming to the Palmetto State. In Columbia, Julie Calhoun, News 12.
And I thought, well, maybe this is the right thing to do. This is the right way. Look at all the love they show them.
At 14 years old, Chad Williams didn't think there was any other way to live your life.
He wanted to put a gun in my hand and wanted me to go do things or sell drugs or do stuff to make money.
Williams was a gang member for 13 years. He's been in and out of prison, shot, stabbed, and seen things he can't even talk about. But it was one night sitting in a cold jail cell, he decided to turn his life around.
My heart that was once black, finally opened up into a normal person's heart. I had feelings for people. I felt pain for other people and sorrow for other people, when back then, years ago, I didn't. I was heartless.
Tired of being in jail and tired of hurting his family, Williams decided to work with the Full Circle Refuge and tells teens his life story so they don't walk down the same path he did.
I have the tattoos, everything that'll draw a kid's attention that's into that lifestyle or wants to be a part of that lifestyle. I'm here to mentor them, to show them that path ain't the way.
Richmond County deputies say teen crime goes up during the summer months, and typically teens get in trouble for petty crimes. But Williams says it's those small infractions that lead them to committing major crimes. And he says it's during the summer that teens need their parents the most.
We'll say things to our kids sometimes and it goes in one ear and out the other, but sometimes somebody else who actually have been there and done that and have experienced the woes of that type of life, it can be an eye opener to them. So
There's a way out, and the grass is greener on the other side.
Good morning. The time is 8:25. I'm Julie Calhoun. Breaking overnight, one person is in the hospital and a suspect on the loose after a stabbing on Windsor Springs Road this morning. It happened just before 5 at the McTier Fuel and Food Shop. Deputies were out on the scene for hours this morning, but could not tell us much about the situation, but do say they are not actively looking for the person responsible. They were questioning one witness on scene earlier. No word on the severity of the injuries for the person stabbed. As soon as we get more information, we'll let you know. Within the next week, Augusta commissioners will hear one neighborhood side of the story about turning a former religious center into a drug treatment facility for teenage boys. Westcare, Georgia still needs to convince the city to give them a zoning exemption before they get the green light. But the Green Meadows Neighborhood Association is hoping to stop them in their tracks. They have organized and are now lobbying commissioners to say no to the facility. The final vote on that zoning request is expected earlier next year. Aiken County deputies will be going door to door today trying to figure out what exactly happened to 2 Aiken County school buses full of students.